Steve Williams here, Tri-Valley Plastic Surgery. I'm Surgeon in Black on social media, and we are answering your questions. So we've got a bunch of them here, and let's get to it. Okay, so this is a question that everybody's afraid to ask, but everybody wants to know, and the answer varies. And the reason why is because those types of relations, those types of activities, they're a little bit different for everybody. And so if it's kind of a quieter, more easygoing thing, the answer is probably a little bit earlier. If it's a little bit like, we're gonna go, then probably a little bit longer. The things to think about are, we don't want you doing anything that hurts, and we don't want you doing anything, especially for those first 3 or 4 weeks, to get your blood pressure too elevated. And so if it's kind of quieter activity, probably a little bit earlier. If it's a little bit more vigorous activity, probably a little bit later. But it's a good question. So really great question. And it's a question that's been looked at by science, because sometimes people come to us who are getting breast augmentations who've never breastfed before. And if they hadn't gotten surgery, maybe they still couldn't have breastfed, because not every woman is able to breastfeed. The answer is the vast majority of people who are getting breast implants underneath the muscle can breastfeed. When I say the vast majority, it's close to 95%. So the chances of not being able to breastfeed because of a subpectoral breast implant, very, very low. Breast augmentation gives your breast more volume. Nothing we do stops time. And so gravity, those forces, things still can change over time. Now, people sometimes ask us, will a really, really large breast implant increase my sag? And that is possible, because if there's more weight, there's more things that are getting pulled down. It stretches the tissue out a little bit, so that elasticity is already compromised because you've got a really, really big implant. But for most people, a reasonable medium or small size implant won't substantially increase your chance of sagging in the future, but it's not a time machine. It doesn't stop time. Yeah, so we get this question all the time. Breast augmentations are relatively easy operations to recover from. We tell people to plan to take about a week off from work. It's an outpatient procedure. It takes us about an hour to do. But the word heal is the key word, because for the first 3 or 4 weeks, the breasts always sit a little bit high, and the implants tend to settle over time. The scars take time to mature. There can always be a little bit of swelling. And so if you have a big event coming up, I'd say give yourself a good 2 months in terms of when those scars are really going to be mature and hard to see, probably closer to 6 months to a year. So also great question. The scars are designed to be very, very minimal, and we put them in places that are very easy to conceal. And that includes armpit, around the areola, or in the fold. And all of these scars, even though they're small, we really try to hide them in places that are very hard to notice. We look forward to any more questions that you want to give us in the comments below. We always try to answer them, and I really look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.